It's not that we're seeking one right at the moment, it's, we just have to sign this and have the agreement on hand.
Move to approve.
Motion by Mr. Bunky, second by Mr. Culbertson. Any questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes. Thank you. Number 7, public hearing. There is none this evening. Number 8, general business. 8A, Airport Chair Charla Marston will be present to request the city formally sponsor the 2013 Rushford Spectacular at the Rushford Municipal Airport, September 20th to the 21st. Contracts for consultant services and acrobatic flying will be required. Tentative scheduled events, contracts, and proposed budgets are attached for review. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, I don't necessarily have a presentation tonight. You have the information in front of you, so I can certainly answer any questions you have on that, but we're a little over 2 months out, and we're seeking sponsorships. At this time, we're hoping that will cover the majority of the expenses for the spectacular air show, along with the city contribution. So right now, the city is the main sponsor, and as you can see from the flyer, we're hoping to add several more to that. We hope to have those by next week.
Excellent.
And building on Jumps for Hope, there was 45 aircraft up at the fly-in.
Yep, had a fly-in breakfast Saturday morning. Of course, we competed with the in-town breakfast, but there were at least 45 aircraft or pilots that flew in their aircraft for the breakfast.
My goodness.
We had a line to the door for a good 30 minutes to an hour, and fed them all. Had to come down and get more groceries at the Quick Trip, but.
So what is this, on Friday evening, 5:30, night glow or fire glow?
That's where at dusk, as the sun sets, the balloonists will turn on their burners, and you get a glow. It's just a nice atmosphere to go out and enjoy some live music and hang out with your friends and family.
So, I have a question with regards to these 45 pilots. They pretty much all over from southeastern Minnesota? Or?
Yep, I talked to folks from the cities. There were some from Iowa, Wisconsin. I think we reached further this time than usual. Usually there's Plainview and Winona, but yeah, there were several that came down from St. Paul and Minneapolis Crystal, and it was an excellent turnout. And rave reviews. We got one email today. Just wanted to thank us for putting it on, and great airport, great food, great time. So.
No problem with any avgas. That's all been taken care of. And
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
For now.
It's pumping again.
Yeah. The system is scheduled to be replaced. It's one of the reasons that we took this interim step, to hold it over for a few years. But, the Airport Commission's looking at reprioritizing all of their projects. And we'll be talking with the state, with NDOT, and with the FAA, I guess, to talk about how we're going to move forward.
And actually that is on top. The relocate and upgrade the fuel system is on top of our capital improvement plan right now for the airport. Along with lighting and taking care of the pavement. We can't let that deteriorate.
Has the cables or the electrical been replaced or?
No, it's been patched in, but it hasn't been finished.
So that was a plan to bore that underground and.
Well, I think we could knife cut it in. It's just conduit, and then you have to come across each one of the lights. But you want to put it on the outside, so if the runway ever gets widened, you don't have to move all of it.
Yeah.
That would be eligible for federal funding.
Right.
Good.
Just a clarification on the dates.
Sure.
Flyer says 27th, 28th. Our minutes said 20, 21.
Right, the minutes are wrong.
Oh,
Okay.
And I sent you a
Okay.
correction.
I thought I had
yes.
seen something. I just wanted to verify.
Yeah.
Yes, 27, 28 is correct. So part of what we're asking tonight is that the city, be a formal sponsor, so to put up the $5,000, which will allow us to sign the contract for the aerobatic performers, and somebody to run the show, which we need the professional assistance for an air show like this.
Any questions?
Well, I had a question about, it says here, deliver 1 to 3 aerobatic performances per air show. Have they got any aerobatic pilots lined up?
Yes, the consultant himself, Dick Schultz, is one of the pilots, and then he has brought on, if you notice on the budget, Eric Engren is another aerobatic pilot. So those will be the two that will fly in both of the air shows. I think those are the aerobatic pilots. We talked to Westside Skydivers about doing a skydiving demonstration that they might come down and do. But we've got the two, signing the contracts would, encumber those two to perform in the show.
Any big name Golden Eagles or?
Blue Angels, I think they're in Mankato.
No, though, they incur a much larger, ticket return.
Yes.
They'd have a hard time leaving the airport.
We'd be talking hundreds of thousands instead of 10.
What's the council's pleasure?
The city's going to be able to come up with 5,000 without undue restrictions or hardships. So I move with the 5,000.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Dahl, second by Mr. Hansing, and that is also make this official sponsor. Do we need that clarification?
No,
All right,
it's understood. We
All right.
need this action because we need to use the insurance. Plus we're purchasing special event insurance.
Good.
So does some of that come back to the city? That 5,000?
If we exceed our, request for sponsorship, yes, we would come out in the black. But expenses, I think minimum expenses, if I reduce some of those numbers, we try to overestimate as much as possible. Expenses are gonna be at least about 12,000. So if we can bring in the, 6 to 7 in, or more in outside sponsors, it will about break even.
So like, is it $5 admission, Friday and Saturday?
One time, so we'll issue a wristband that, so if somebody comes Friday night, they do not pay again Saturday.
It's $5,
Yes,
that's it.
that's the rate. Go much higher, not gonna get anybody, make it free, you're gonna get too many people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Or they won't think it's kind of a marketing thing too.
Right,
If
they
it's
won't think that
free,
there's-
Worthwhile.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, make it free and nobody will come.
So 5,000 is this contract,
No, that would be,
several things?
that would about cover the insurance and the contracts for, Dick and Eric.
right. It takes care of sort of the back of the house stuff that we would need to have a show.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?